Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. I hope you are doing well. And also, I just want to make sure that you can hear me well before starting. Yes, you can hear me. Great, great, great. We are going to start the webinar in 1 minute. I'm just preparing the presentation. And now, can you see my screen? Thank you, Lina. Thank you, Fatma. Thank you. Okay, great. Good morning, everyone. I'm very happy to see you again attending our webinar. Today, it's a different type of webinar that I usually do. I usually speak more about regulatory affairs. However, today the webinar is for the students and people who would like to change their career. Actually, pharmacists who would like to change their career path. The presentation agenda will be why pharmacy, exploring the pharmacist job position worldwide and highlight the ones that in our region, UAE graduates and the benefit of the health authority licensing, COVID-19 effect on the pharmaceutical industry's job and our market, of course, the most demanding job in UAE and why, how to start our own career journey in Gulf region, and especially focusing in UAE as we are in UAE. Shall I start? I will be having the questions. I'll take all your questions and answer by the end. So I'm not going to interrupt now my presentations. And I'm happy to answer all your questions by the end. Also, we will be speaking about what are the regulatory. No, my soul. They said they can hear me. Can you hear me again? I'm trying. They say yes. Actually, Ayat is telling me that she cannot hear me. I think Ayat, it's from your laptop. They are saying yes, yes, yes. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. So by the end of the presentation, I will highlight also what is regulatory affair and pharmacovigilance, since I had a lot of inquiry on my LinkedIn about them, and they want to know, fresh graduates would like to know what is these positions and how to go with it. So why did you study pharmacy? I believe a lot of people here can answer this question if you don't mind. Can you answer me, why did you start pharmacy? Can I have an answers, please? You can write your answers in the chat box or also on the questions and answer. Why did you study pharmacy? No one? Because my family want to. Noor, I have the same. My dad wants me to be a pharmacist. I don't know why, but this is his intention. I want to make a change in people's life. That's nice. And what else? Why did you study pharmacy? My mom advised Lina. Wissam, I like pharmacology. Wissam, I do appreciate that. Reem, pharmacy is very informative and can really benefit us in life. True, Reem. Abdullah, following my passion. So your passion to be a pharmacist. Abdullah, I want to ask you if you can open your mic and tell us more about passion about pharmacy. This is the first answer I get this way. So you are passionate about being a pharmacist. Will you share this more? Can I open your mic and can you tell us more? Abdullah? Abdullah, are you there? Can you open your mic? Can you speak to us? Okay, Reem, pharmacy is informative. We can really benefit. Iman, both my parents are a pharmacist. You are lucky, Iman. I'll tell you more later. When your pharmacist and family is, when your father and mother or parents are in the pharmacy, you got a lot of exposure. Abdullah, I think we can hear you now. Can you go ahead?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
So
why you are passionate about pharmacy or being pharmacist?
It's basically because I love chemistry and the way how a medicine can interact with different type of other medicines. So I went into the field knowing that it's basically more in chemistry wise. So I loved it and I went through with it. And when I read more about it and saw that I can give back to the community and help many people, it made me more passionate about it.
Great. Are you a student or a graduate?
No, I'm still student, second year pharmacy.
Second year pharmacy. Well, I hope you will have still the same passion with the fourth year. The theory part is a bit different than the practical part, honestly speaking. But since you know what are you passionate about, I think you will find your career pathway easier than the others. And inshallah, tawfiq.
Thank you.
Good luck. Iman, we already read her comment. Sally, because I'm passionate about studying about drugs, pharmaceutics, and how to improve in this sector. Very good. Abdullah, yes, we already answered his comment. Lena say, okay, this is an old comment. Jada, I like medical field jobs and everything related to drug therapy profession. Wow, I like that. Ala Ahmad, I want to learn about the right way using the drug to reach the maximum efficacy, since nowadays we face resistance and many others, and how drug affecting our body. I'm happy to hear that. Sidra, I'm always passionate about learning more about drugs since my childhood. So that's why I selected pharmacy. I love that as well, Sidra. Well, everyone have his own, I can see has his own why they studied pharmacy. However, it's a lot of reasons. Some people, even in UAE, we don't have that, but in other countries, some people, because their marks was less one mark than being a physician or a doctor, they started a pharmacy, they started their studying in a pharmacy. So it's a lot of, I can see some people has raised their hands. If you raise your hand, that's mean you are going online on mic. If you want to ask questions, please just write it in the question and answer or the chat box. Okay, just to make sure that I'm understanding your comments. So again, to the slide, going back to the slide, 80% of the pharmacists worldwide did not want to be a pharmacist. They wanted to be something else, but they have gone with the pharmacist because of a lot of reasons, as discussed earlier. Pharmacist position worldwide and Gulf area. So we have some trends and positions that is worldwide and in Gulf area, such as academic, you all know, hospital, industrial pharmacist, military pharmacist, clinical pharmacy, community pharmacy, compounding pharmacist, consulting pharmacist, and regulatory affairs. So the last three positions, compounding, consulting, and regulatory affairs, are really new. Some of them old 10 to 12 years, and compounding maybe for the last 5 years. The trending worldwide, which still we don't have it in our region, home care pharmacist, informatic pharmacist, nuclear pharmacist, oncology, veterinary, pharmacist clinical pathologist, and pharmacist clinical toxicologist. I believe in Dubai or UAE, the informatics one is coming soon. And you will be reading a lot about it for the next maybe a few months. What are you looking to study master after your graduation? So I believe today we have a lot of students who are really just graduated or under graduation. So do you think, are you going to the master directly? Can you answer this question? Marwa, actually, I get your comment, so you can use the same tool by writing it the same. Are you going for a master course after your graduation? No, I'm enrolled on a master program. Iman, good. Which master program you are enrolled in? Abdullah, I wanted to know what's the difference between PhD and master. Well, master, if we want to get a differentiate, it's a bachelor degree and then master of 2 years and then 4 years of PhD. PhD, you are a professor. Master, you are more specialist in a certain subject or topic. About masters again. No, I want to have an experienced work field. Rand, yes, I did. I finished my clinical master, pharmacy master, mashallah. Mariam, yes, but not anytime soon. Okay, Iman, clinical pharmacy, good job. Ahmed, I need advice about that. Okay, I'll come back to you, Ahmed, in the next slide. Fatima, yes, inshallah. Riyadh, I cannot try to comment because I am on the phone, but I can send here only. It's okay, no worries. I'm getting the comments from here only as well. Riyadh. Hanan, no, I got an MBA and I'll apply for PhD. Good job, Hanan. Hanan, can you tell us why you are going for PhD? Can I unmute you and can you speak to us? Will that be okay with you, Hanan? Why you are going to do a PhD? Hanan, if you would like to unmute yourself and speak to us. Hanan, okay, let us know, Hanan, if you can unmute your mic, please. Sharifa, I am a doctor of pharmacy graduate. Great, Sharifa, I like that. Iman, I don't think someone should start their master before trying the work experience because there are a lot of fields in the pharmacy career. I do agree. Maryam Al-Zabi, no, after I got a job, good. Justina, I'm preparing master in pharmacology. Justina, can you tell us more if you want why you are preparing pharmacology, master in pharmacology? Why did you choose pharmacology? If you would like to unmute your mic, that will be also good. Ahmad, what kind of master would benefit medical representative? We will talk about this, Ahmad, and I will take the question later on if I don't answer by the end of the session. Riyadh, but many people are telling us that master is not a good choice for a new graduate. Riyadh, I'll get back to you in the next slide. Ghaida, no one? No, only if I choose the career that required studying master. Good. Sidra, I belong to regulatory affairs. So welcome to the group, Sidra. I'm thinking to get master degree related to regulatory affairs, but I'm not sure about the university degree in UAE. I need advice. Okay, we can, if I did not answer this while going through my slides, please put the questions again by the end of this session. Sally, so PhD is higher than a master. Of course, Sally. A PhD is a research basis as well, more than master. Marwa Al-Mufti, yes, inshallah. Sally, I need more advice. I know that's why I'm here today. Ahmed, I think I will go forward first, then to the master. Good decision. Hanan, I'm trying to speak, but it seems I'm having an internet connection. Hanan, keep trying. I would love to hear from you. If by any chance you could do it, please let me know. I can see that Rasha, you are raising your hand. You want to speak. Would you unmute your mic and speak to us, Rasha? Hello, Rasha. Mariam, I graduated 5 years ago and I'm looking forward to join Genomics Master. That's nice. Can you tell us more, Mariam? Why did you choose that master? I would love to hear from someone who choose the master I want to go with it. Mariam, can you unmute yourself? So we have Mariam, Rasha, Batul. I'm planning to be a pharmacist. Sorry. I'm planning to be a pharmacist residency in study program. Very good, Batul. Good luck. Sana, anyone did unmute himself? Not yet. Mahmoud, do you want to unmute yourself? Well, I cannot unmute you. You have to unmute yourself if you want to talk. Sana, is it hello?
Hello.
Mahmoud?
Hello.
Good
Are
morning.
you hear me?
Good afternoon. Yes,
Morning.
we can hear you.
Okay. I'm Mahmoud. Okay. I graduated 3 years ago. I have another opinion about master degree after studying. Everyone or most of our colleagues who are older than our advise that career certificate is more important than master degree in education. Did you get
So
it?
experience, you mean experience certificate is more important than the master's and educational?
Yeah, I'm passionate about master's degree in biotechnology or any other new field of our career pharmacy, like regulatory affairs, pharmacovigilance, and something like this. But I studied more than certificate in the American University in Cairo about achievement certificate in pharmacy management. But what I want to see that career certificates is more important than master's degree nowadays. That's all.
It depends. I do agree in some fields. It depends on what you are working and what you are doing and what is your target. I'll
Okay.
speak about this in my next.
Okay. So, can I ask a question, please?
Please, go ahead.
What's your advice about who is willing to study and enter pharmacovigilance field next few months?
I am going to highlight this in my slides. By the end of the
Okay.
presentation, if I did not
Oh,
answer your question, please send me the question again, okay?
okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Anyone else? Let me go back to the answers. So Sana, is it necessary to have a master degree in only pharmacy field? I would like to do a medical field generally, but not pharmacy. Why not pharmacy, Sana? Why did you study pharmacy then? Did you study pharmacy because you want to, or you studied pharmacy and you did not want to? That's why you are going to change. Would you like to come online, Sana? Someone else was raising up the hand. Anyone would like to speak? Okay, Wissam, Jad, what is the best master for regulatory affairs? We will get back to this as well. Mamdouh, yes, I got your question. Amira, I got an American pharmacotherapy board because I like clinical practice. I would really love to see people doing things that they like to do. Deepak, good morning from India. Good morning, Deepak. Good afternoon in Dubai. This is Deepak Gupta from Vishu Trades. Hello, Deepak. Hanan, I'm seeking for academic career in unique field, health policy and regulatory. That's why I am applying for PhD. What kind of PhD are you doing, Hanan? Is your mic working now or not yet? Albara, I'm planning to do master in PhD and PhD, but after having the work experience, hope COVID will let us work. I hope so. Samer, no, I am not. Lara, I graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Pharmacy. Would you recommend going master degree or continue a PharmD degree? We will go to that in the next slide. Shibo, hi, greetings to you all. Firstly, thank you Our pleasure always to have you, Shibu. I work in a pharmacovigilance department from India, and I did my master in pharmaceutics because most of the industries gives preference for a master degree candidate. This was also one of the main reasons. Okay. Arish, I got PhD. No, B Pharm. Sorry, it seems a B Pharm. PhD, or is it a PH in biotechnology? I'm not sure. But I don't like to work in pharmacy. So B Pharm. Okay, or as a medical rep. I don't like to work as a medical rep as well. I wanted to work in an insurance company or regulatory affair. Please advise. We will go to that, Arish. Hanan. The main reason why I choose health policy is that the artificial intelligence and the digital transformation is shaping our pharmaceutical industry. Totally agree, Hanan. Very good decision. Ahmed Nasser, I'm currently working in a sales department at Pfizer in KSA, hold bachelor degree in a pharmacy and an advanced diploma in clinical research and pharmacovigilance, but did not apply what I have learned. I would like to penetrate in PV and safety unit or CRO, and how to do this. I think the best way to go with this, since you are working in a good and very reputable organization, Ahmad, I would suggest to speak to your HR and ask them to give you a job or a training in the PV. Once you are certified or you got a credit that you are doing this, you can search for a job. But I think it's better to speak to your HR. Hannah, not yet, but I will apply soon. Inshallah, good luck. Rania, do you have any advice about quality management and what is the best course for that, please? I'm not sure about quality management, but we can discuss earlier. Dunya, I'll go with another 2 or 3 questions and I will complete. It seems you guys have a lot of questions. Dunya, I graduated a year ago and I did not find a work. How do I search for a work? Dunya, I will keep your question till the end because a lot of people, I think they will like to hear about this. Rashadana, I have 2 quality postgraduate diploma, one in quality management and the other one in drug control and quality assurance. I also have MBA, mashallah, and work in a hospital pharmacy. I have been dealing with robots in the hospital, but would like to advise regarding chance to move to pharmacovigilance. Again, Rasha, you need some experience and certification. We will talk about this, and then it will be easier to penetrate. Ala, in UAE, I noticed that the certificate and experience is better than the higher education. It depends on the criteria that you are looking for. Abdullah has, why I don't hear anything? I don't know, Abdullah. Everyone is hearing. Sana, I am planning to have a master degree in biomedical diagnostic and would like to have an advice. Sure. Sally, do good job opportunity depend on having a master or PhD? It depends. Again, I'll speak about this more later on. It depends about your pathway and what you are looking for. Let me go back to our slide. Rania, are you raising your hand because you want to speak? You can unblock your mic if you want. Rania? Dunya, what's the best GPA for the master application? It depends on the college. There is no good GPA to get you a master degree. It depends on the college here. Abdullah, people are raising their hands and closing it again. Abdullah, do you want to speak? Hello? Shireen, I have graduated since 2 years ago and joined the pharmacovigilance since that time. I'm now in Egypt, but I want to relocate in Dubai soon. So what shall I do? Are you working in, Shireen, in Egypt? Maybe you are working with an international company where you can ask your HR to relocate. Is that possible? If not, you can send me later on an email. Let me with your CV and let's talk about it. Abdullah or Rasha, you raised your hands and I cannot hear you. Will you unmute your mics? I'll stop taking questions. Only if someone wants to talk. Rasha, Abdullah, Wader, someone else? Hello? You can unmute yourself. Anan? So Abdullah have a question. I cannot unmute yourself. Why, Abdullah? Ayat, can you hear us? If you can help us with this, Abdullah cannot mute himself. Yes. Okay. I think Abdullah, it's from your side. Anand, Anand, you are unmuted. We cannot hear you. Anand. Abdullah, maybe you can remove your mic. Don't use a mic, just use the laptop mic and speakers. Anand, we cannot hear you. I can see that you are unmuted, but I cannot hear you. You are using the phone, then you have to press somewhere, activate your device audio. Maybe you can try that, Abdullah. Anand, we cannot hear you. I can see that you are unmuted, but we cannot hear you. Sidra, we need your advice to get job in regulatory department. That is a lot to talk about. Can you please move to the next slide? We will, sure. Okay, I'll go back with this question later on, okay? It seems mics are not working. So my advice is if you want to go with a master degree. One, if you are looking for academic pathway, go directly and don't lose time and do your master degree, because in the college they will get you, they will do, you will be as an assistant professor if you have a master, but you will be a professor if you have a PhD. And it really takes 2 years to get the master and more 4 years, sometimes total of 5 years to get the PhD. So if you are willing to do an academic career, please go directly with your master. Try to know yourself more and what you are looking for. For example, one of the people who was talking to us about today, he was saying that I want to go with biotechnology and technology because this is our future. So he knows what he is going to do and what he is going to study. Don't go with a master because a group of your people knows, a group of your friends are going to do the masters. And don't go to do a master because you think that this is the new master coming up, so it will be the next step career. It's not this way. Try to go with an opportunity of interns. Do an interns of regulatory, of sales, of pharmacovigilance. Do an intern, even if they don't pay you, even if it's for 1 month, but you will see yourself, do you like that or you don't like it? I think it's no use if you will go with a master in business and you don't like sales. I don't see it's good if you will go with a master in regulation and you don't like guidelines and reading. I don't think you will be happy to go with a master in clinical pharmacy and you don't like drug interaction. So you have to try to know what do you like more. Listen for people with an experience. Ask them. People with an experience, my age or even elder, they don't usually give an advice because we feel that people might not be happy with that. But if you ask, of course, they will give you an advice. And of course, they will give you notes. And if one of them has done mistakes in his life, he will tell you, please take care, don't do it again. So this 4 points is very important to take a decision to take a master. Usually I say work for 2 years and after 2 years decide your master degree. I have done my MBA and I have done my Master's of Regulatory Affairs as well, but that was 3 years after my graduation and 6 years after my graduation. So please, it's very important to know what you would like to do, what is your talents, where are you going, and the interns and trying jobs will give you a better and clarified idea what is your future career. For pharmacists who have graduated from UAE, I know that we have some people who are not graduated from UAE, but for pharmacists who was graduated from UAE, please, please, whatever you're passionate about, PV, regulatory, by the way, PV and regulatory do not need a license from the HA or MOH or any other authority, MOH, DHA, or HAB. But please, if you are working as a sales, as a regulatory, as a PV, as informatic, insurance, events, because we have a pharmacy who's doing events now, pharmacists. So whatever was your career or an opportunity that you have to work with, don't give up on your MOH license. It's not because you want to open a pharmacy. It's not because you will use it for your career. It's not because you have to use it to open a pharmacy. It's your identity. There is a worldwide regulation that unfortunately the college do not tell us about. I was graduated from Dubai Pharmacy College. I don't know if my dean online will hear me. Please, you have this license. If you did not take it after graduating from UAE, wherever you go later on worldwide, the regulation says if you are not licensed in your country of education, you will never be licensed anywhere. So if you graduated from Jordan, you have to have the license of Jordan to be able to be a pharmacist worldwide, even if you are going to do exams there. So again, to simplify it, get your exam and do your license. This is your ID, your pharmacist identity. Please, I know many people has lost them. And for now, when I graduated earlier in 2002, we were having a challenge to train for 2 years to get the opportunity to do the exam and get the license. I know that the new regulation says that you can have the license after 6 months training only. So 6 months training only, and you apply for the license when you get your license. And it is very important. If you go to US, to Canada, to Australia, even to our Arab countries, Syria, Egypt, they always ask you for the license in the country that you graduated from. Please do it. It is very valid, very important for your career life. Especially girls, your visa most of the time it will be on your dad visa, so it will not affect any of your educational or career. So please don't forget to get the license. The effect of COVID-19. Let us get some more questions. I have a lot actually in my inbox. Do you think that the effect of COVID was negative or positive? I think a lot of you will feel that it is negative and we don't have work, right? Let me check if. Well, Mariam is saying it's negative. Iman saying negative and positive. Iman again negative. Okay, let's go back to the slide. We have an increase of job opportunities with 25% for a pharmacist. How lucky we are. People are closing their companies and people are traveling back to their countries. People got terminated. Emirates Airline has terminated 700 people, where we have an increasement of job opportunity with a 25%. You know why? Okay, let me give you the reasons and then you will be convinced. For people who say it's negative. First, all the manufacturers worldwide have started manufacturing sanitizers, masks, and a lot of pharmaceutical supplements. This, a new shift in the manufacturing, needs a pharmacist, so they can get the license from their authorities, needs a pharmacist so they can do the operation and quality, needs a pharmacist to get the CE mark, need the pharmacist to do the formulas for the supplements and smart formulas, need a pharmacist to do a marketing research, need a pharmacist who have a knowledge in the market to do launching of business. Can you imagine a manufacturing shifting their business? How many pharmacists do they have to get? A new company is having a new product because people think that this is an opportunity for a new business. So traders and companies, warehouses was looking for a new products, new COVID test, new masks, new sanitizers brand, new way of sanitizing. I can see now they have a gel, they have the spray, they have the strip, they have the liquid, they have the cream. So all of these needs a pharmacist to do from the development and the manufacture till the end of getting it into the market. Therefore, storing. Because of this pandemic, authorities, drugstores, hospitals, clinics, all healthcare professions was afraid and getting the panic sensation, especially the first 2-3 months, and they were having extra importation and extra storing. Did you know that any medical store cannot import their product without a pharmacist in charge? Any storage as a medical store cannot sell, import, export without pharmacist in charge. So we have a lot of vacancies. The new regulation. Before going to the new regulation, I also want to highlight that if you have a license from the authority for people who graduated from UAE or no, you have the opportunity to be a pharmacist in charge. You have the opportunity to be a pharmacist who is responsible on the store and the importation more than anyone else because they need your certificate to do it. The new regulation. UAE Ministry of Health has a new 2 regulations that will increase more in the coming month the opportunities of having the opportunities of pharmacist positions. One, in the free zone before, Ministry of Health was not having any guidelines because it's a free zone. Now Jabal Ali Free Zone has signed an agreement with Ministry of Health where they will be responsible on the medical stores that is in the free zone. But instead of getting the licensing of medical store, they will be getting a GSP license, which is a good storage practice. And to have a good storage practice, you need a pharmacist licensed by Ministry of Health to be in charge on this. So this is one stream of vacancies. Second, each drugstore in the free zone, especially Jabal Ali Free Zone, would like to get the GSP, Good Storage Practice license, has to have a scientific office in UAE, which again should have a different pharmacist. So having a different licensed pharmacist stream of careers. Now, if this GSP storage and scientific office working with medical device, they will need 2 pharmacists. But if they are working with a pharmaceutical product, they still need another pharmacist who have to work as a PV officer or pharmacovigilance officer. So can you imagine how much career streams and vacancies we have? Please think out of the box, and please think what can you do rather being a pharmacist in the hospital. We have a lot of careers there. For the last 5 years, under only RA profession, I'm not talking about sales, I'm not talking about clinical and hospital, I'm not talking about research and R&D, research and development. Only under RA profession, we have 12 positions that pharmacists need to be there to get their job done. Of course, regulatory affair positions from the specialist to the director, labeling profession, medical science profession, pricing, life cycle management, pharmacovigilance, quality, public affairs, medical store manager, as we said, importation and exportation, scientific office, free zone area with the new regulation, as I have mentioned earlier in the slide. So we spoke about the epidemic, the positions, and I would like here to go with your questions because I think I will not have at the end all the time to do all your questions, and then after that we will complete the presentation. Sidra, I need your advice on how to get a job on regulatory department. I'll try to help you with this presentation, Sidra. Khulud, can you please move? Yes, we did already. Esma, Assalamu alaikum. This is Esma. I have done master in pharmacovigilance, working as an assistant professor, but wanted to do pharmacovigilance. I think I have spoke about this. Check with your HR. If not, then I'll come back to this by the end of the slides. Abdullah, can you unmute me? I did, Abdullah, but it was not me. I am unmuted. Rasha, someone wants to have a conversation, we can. I am a Lebanese. Wafa, I am a Lebanese registered pharmacist, good, with an experience of 10 years doing MBA in project management. Great. Planning to do a DHA and wishing to work in Dubai. Are you in Dubai, Wafa? If yes, please send me your CV. Niveen, I am a Canadian pharmacist. Do I need to write an exam to DHA? Niveen, I can help you with the regulation. I can send you the regulation. I will write my, or Ayat, can you write on the chat box my email? People, please, who needs a regulation or advice can send me an email and I can help. Lena, pharmacy academic meaning teaching pharmacy subject in the university. Yes, pharmacy academic means being associate or assistant professor or a professor in the college. Rand, I'm one of the graduate. I knew this is later. Graduate, you mean Dubai Pharmacy College? Yes. Nuha, but the license will be expired if I did not work at a pharmacy. Actually, your license will be expired if you did not work as a pharmacy, only at a pharmacy, as a pharmacy, drugstore. So the ideal, Nuha, if you have a license, you can work in a company who have a drugstore. They will use your license and they will use you as a regulatory affair where you will get a better salary as well, right? Abdullah left. Patricia, I think the medical field will have a lot of work with the near future. Yes, I do. Rand, yes, negative. Do you still Rand say it's negative till now? Sidra negative. For people who saying negative, Rasha positive. Good. We have someone saying positive. Sarah Jabal, how to apply to an internship? Okay, an internship has two. The best way, actually, I will tell you a secret today. The best way to do an internship program is either you know someone in some organization and they can get you an intern opportunity. This is the easiest way, actually. And that's why I always tell the students, if you are going to any conference, speak to the speakers, speak to people, and get their contact. You will use them once you are graduating, and people are willing to help. All people are willing to help. This is first, how to be an intern. Second, if you are still a student, you can get a letter from the college stating that, please, we are asking to give an internship to our student, her name. And this letter you will be submitting to the people who want you to do as an intern with them. You will use it as a request form. Nurhan, positive due a high ranking place and medical profession during. I'm really happy that people have a positive. Riyadh Al-Masri saying it's a negative for fresh grad. No, Riyadh, people needs people with it. Actually now companies are hiring fresh grad to give them less salaries, because people with experience is hiring a lot more salary than the one with a fresh graduate. So you have more opportunity, Riyadh. Manal, so many people were laid off pharmacies. Yes, but they have another stream. So the stream of career is changing. Rather than being a pharmacist in a pharmacy or a community pharmacy or a hospital, it's a changing. Unfortunately, I have been aware that the colleges are not having a theory or a classes to learn the graduate how to search for a job, or to tell them what are the stream. Many of the graduates knows that it is only community pharmacy or it's only a hospital medical rep, but they don't know the other stream. We have more than 14 or 13 streams in UAE. I'm not saying worldwide. Worldwide is more. Mariam, I think is what is the positive and negative. Riyadh Al-Masri, doctor, we can do a pharmacy intern 6 months and continue with a career at the same time. Yes, you can. Ahmad Nasser, due notarization in KSA, could you assist? Yes, Ahmad, can you send me an email? Again, I will write my email in the chat box, and please send me an email if you don't mind on this. Let me write my email in case you did not receive it yet from Aya. Just a minute. Sorry, I'm not. I'll try to do it when we at the end. Sally, impressive. Thank you, Sally. Shireen, last question, please. Is it better to take pharmacovigilance course in Egypt with Dr. Amr Saad and will be certified? Okay, Shireen, I will talk about this when we speak about PV. Wissam, that's when the age of obstacle or to work as RA, as they telling me they prefer fresh graduate. It depends on the organization, Wissam. So if you are getting an organization where they have a structured, well-designed regulatory affair people, they will need an intern to come in to help them with minor things. And I know a lot of people who was an intern and they are now managers. But if it's in a company where they don't have a budget and they have only 1 or 2 products, of course they will not take an intern. Renard, I took PV course every time I get rejected because of the experience. Rand, I think you need to do an intern somewhere. Sharifa, there are vacancies on PD PharmD fresh graduate. I'm not aware. Sana, can you please explain more about medical science professions? What do you mean by medical science professions, Sana? Dunya Osman, again, my question, I graduated a year ago and not finding a work. Still, we did not reach there. Haya, good afternoon. Do you know if someone did a license training in Dubai? Yes, I know. Actually, Formed Licensing is doing it. Ayat, will you write also in the chat box for them, please? Formed Licensing, social media and email to contact. Wafa, I'm in Lebanon. Send me an email, please. I will make sure by the weekend to answer all your emails. Patricia, good day. Are there an opportunity to intern regulatory affairs student? There is always opportunities. Send us your CV. Dina, I'm still a student and I'd like to know more. I'd like to know what we did not want to work in pharmacy. So, or somewhere that does not need a license. But to be in a safe side, we took it but did not use it without problem. I did not get your question, Dina. Do you want to have a call? I think you have a license, you are not using it. Is that a problem, right? Hiba, do you want to unmute yourself? Amani as well. You are raising up your hands. Anyone would like to unmute themselves? Abdullah, I'm trying to unmute you still, but it is not working. Zahra, do you know what should be done if you are graduated pharmacist to work in Canada for 2 years, but cannot work in US because where did you graduate from, Zahra? Actually, each of you have a different scenario. We can help you guys, but you need to send me more details. Dina, Al-Agha, do you want to unmute yourself, Dina? Hiba, Dina?
Yes, please.
Yes, Dina.
My question is like, if we didn't want to work in a pharmacy or in a place that we don't want, it doesn't need a license, and we just got the license just to be in the safe side، يعني عشان مرة تانية لو صار أي شيء نقدر نقدم على شغل تاني من دون ما يكون عندنا مشاكل. So if this license got like expired، لما بنروح نعمله إنه renewing رح يصير في عنا مشكلة، يعني رح يكون حيحطوا علينا مثلا نقط سوداء إنه إحنا ما بنستخدمها أو ما بنشتغل أو هيك.
والله يا دينا ما بيحطوا عليكي نقط سودا، بس after 1 year if you don't use your license you will lose it. يعني بدك تعملي
حتى
training من
even
أول وتعملي امتحان من أول وكل شيء من أول as if you have just graduated.
يعني لازم أزاول المهنة لحتى أقدر أعمل renewing، صح؟
في إلها كذا طريقة. إذا أنت عندك هي المشكلة حاكيني، أنا I cannot give a solution بصراحة هلا، لأنه أول شيء the timing، ثاني شيء it's case per case، كل واحد له يعني كل واحد له معاملة. فيني أدلك أنا شو تعملي، بس it depends إنه كم سنة إلك وين أخذتيها، خرجت وين. I need to know more information. So if you send me an email with all details، إذا مو أنا as a PRA نقدر أعمل لك connection ل formed licensing, they will help you.
Okay, thank you. بس أنا أصلاً
Okay.
student، يعني لسه ما تخرجت، يعني بس عم بسأل for
طولي
further
بالك لسه لا
information.
تتخرجي، في قوانين كثير بدها تطلع.
Okay, thank you so much. يعطيك
Listen,
العافية.
there is a lot of I think there is a lot of regulation coming up. شكرا anyway Dina, and I appreciate your passion attending with us today. Someone else would like to talk, to unmute himself? I have to tell Madeleine is asking how to find an intern role. I have already mentioned that. Manal, I tried to find a job or an intern in RA for 2 years, but my research was not successfully and unfortunately. Manal, I think the way that you are searching is not good. Send me an email. I will try to give you by the end of this session a quick tips on how to do it. Ahmed Wahid, sorry. I'm planning to import a medicine and start a small company in the near future. What course do I need to make this experience such as successful? Steps should take under the process for regulation Abu Dhabi. Okay, about the pharmaceutics. First, Ahmad, you need to know that the regulation all over UAE is under Ministry of Health, which is based in Dubai. So there is no specific regulation to register and import a product for Abu Dhabi rather than Dubai. So it's federal Ministry of Health in the UAE. You have a certain things later on when you register your product under HAD, but the registration is under Ministry of Health. It's only federal. Second, Ahmad, I would recommend you to go with the fundamental course of regulatory affairs. You know how, because if you are going to get a new product to the market, so it's good to know what documents and how they look at it from the authority point of view. So when you have a meeting with the manufacturer, you will ask them, do you have free cell certificate? Your GMP is viable, this, that, ECTD you can do, this you can do, and then it will be easier to select the good product for your market. I hope that I have answered. Rand, no, you convinced me. Very good, Rand. Manal, negative. Still, Manal, you are saying it's negative, or this is an old one? Vishali has left. Gada, I have no experience in RA and I need to start working in this field. Please advise. You have to have the fundamental course. I'll tell you more about this. Nisma, I'm Egyptian pharmacist, graduated 2009, and I'm having MOH eligibility letter. Can you help me with joining a regulatory affair job? You are having an MOH eligibility, that means you can work in a medical store, right? So you have to find a medical store that looking for a regulatory. I bet this is the best. But also we have a database for the CVs. Please send us your CV, and when we have any inquiry, we'll get back to you. Arish, what is an internship? Internship is a training that you do for 1 to 6 months period of time in a company to explore what they are doing and how they are actually they learn you. It's like a training. And by the way, the payment, sometimes it's without payment and sometimes it's a very minimal payment. Ala, I have 8 years experience in hospital, mashallah, pharmacies. We can start our PV role and how? Yes, because there is a PV for a hospital nowadays, Ala. They have started in Tuam, in Dubai Hospital. Rasha, I'd like to get an intern in PV, although I'm graduated since 15 years from Egypt. Well, there is a lot of streams, Rasha. Again, it's case by case and your CV, your experience. Khulud Matar, I want to know what are the type of pharmacists available in UAE. We have discussed this in earlier slide today, Khulud. Hala, I graduated from Syria. I'm not licensed in Dubai or UAE. I work in a medical rep in Abu Dhabi. Now I'm looking for a job. If I attend the regulatory affair course or PV, it will be enough to find a job. I'll tell you more when I will speak to about regulatory. Ghaida, mashallah, so many questions. Ghaida, yeah, but all opportunities I'm finding are those with experience. You are not searching in a good way, maybe. Ala, can I send an email asking for advice? Yes, please, anytime. I'll make sure by the end of the weekend you will be answered. Nuran, do you have here in UAE any university where I can get genetic master? No, I did not know that there is a genetic master in UAE. I think there is an Al Ain University, but it's only for local citizens. Madeleine, how to apply for a job or training? I have discussed that. Niveen, what are the salary range? We will talk about this. Lara, with COVID, internship for MOH license has been on hold. So what can we do to take advantage of this time? Good question, Lara. We are trying, actually, many people are trying to push that this will be as an experience. So after the COVID epidemic finished, and the internship finished, you will use this certificate to attend the exam and get your license. I think this is the best scenario how to use it. Sarah, Summer, by the way, they got back now to do an exam. So I think in 1 month or 2, we will go back to normal. Summer, what if I am planning to do go directly to Jordan after graduating? Is it possible to get a UAE license? If you are going directly to Jordan, then make sure that you are training in Jordan. You do your training in 6 months أو لطالبينهم بجوردن, and there is a DHA center in Jordan where you can attend your exam there and get the license, but don't lose it, please, someone. If you need a support, send me an email. I'll connect you to Formed. I think Ayat has already put in the chat Formed social media, or May. Thank you, May. May has already Formed licensing, Formed social media, and my email. And if you don't mind, May, if you can also add for them the contact email of Formed. I think it's info@Formed. Thank you. Wafa, I already mentioned my email. Do you need to make a DHA license even if you are traveled abroad to work as RA? Dana, you don't need it to work as an RA, but you need it if you want to work as a pharmacist. Yani if you want to work in a hospital be Canada, be US, they will ask for your license in country of origin. يعني هي من the requirements. But if أنت RA and you don't want the license anymore, go ahead with RA. Rachel Banna has left. What are the certificate of pharmacovigilance? Okay, let me go back to the slide. It's a lot of questions. We are not finishing. So who have attended last year our pharmacy career conference? You can go to the website. It's a pharmacy career conference. In this career conference, and this year it's free to attend as it's the virtual event. In the pharmacy career conference, you will listen to people, how they started, how they did their intern. It will help you to know more people and exposure to more speakers, where they also can help you to get an internship. So please attend it, and you will hear a lot of success story as well. It will be on the 5th of October, Monday, and you can get more details on the pharmacy. About regulatory affair now. Regulatory affair is comparatively a new profession. I believe all of you knows about it now. Since almost 10 years or more, there was no more, 15 years, there were no regulation and it started. So regulatory affair is a new profession that government and public affairs has started it to control the safety and efficacy of the product. It includes pharmaceutical, medical device, cosmetics, veterinary medicine, pesticides, agrochemicals, complementary medicine, herbals as well, supplements. There are a lot of fields that goes under regulatory affairs. For people who said that there is no work, can you see how many positions you are having exposed to? What is a regulatory affair? Again, I said it's a core of each and every company. I always say that the regulatory affair department is the heart of the company. If it's healthy, then all the company will be healthy. You will be able to import, export, get good pricing. You will be able to market. You will be able to advertise because there is a regulation for advertisement as well. A lot of things. So scientific. So if we start from the management, scientific, legislations, commercializations, regulatory is a must. Did you know how regulatory affair has started? Can anyone knows how did regulatory affair started? I'll start with this question and then we will go at the end for people who have time. No. Did you know how thalidomide? Yes, Munaza. She said thalidomide pregnancy, where people use thalidomide product on the patient, and after that it has a teratogenicity effect where the babies unfortunately come without hand and leg. This was Munaza, actually this was one of the reflection to get a guidelines. But do you know how the regulatory affair started? I mean by regulatory affair, how they started to do attestations for medicine to be used, how they start confirming that this is applicable for human use. Busaina also says thalidomide. Anyone has a different thalidomide, Busaina? After FDA approval, well, FDA was not there when they decided. Ahmad, I will tell you a nice story now. You will be proud of it, guys. Okay, so I think all of you have the same answer. It's either FDA, WHO, European people. Some people was telling me in my other webinar, as you said, FDA started it. Well, no. The good news, and I'm very proud to tell you, that ancient Egyptian has started this. In ancient Egyptian century, they start writing a law for regulatory physician, how to treat patients, how to speak to them, and there was a punishment for people who do not obey the rule. And then in the first century AD, written method was there applied. But in the medieval time, in Muslims country, they were preparing a medicine, and there was a guy who called Muhtasib. He is like the Ministry of Health now, or FDA even. He was officially going to the bazaars and schools and the people who's doing the medicine, and give them an approval to use this medicine for treatment. And people who use medicine that is not approved by Muhtasib was against the law, and they were having a punishment. So can you imagine that we have started regulatory and we did not know about it for the last Asians till 15 or 20 years back? The roles of regulatory affair. This is the roles of regulatory affair that we can start from the research, approval, commercialization. And of course, there is a lot more, but this is the basic one, including labeling, advertising, marketing. These are the ones that is in UAE. I just want to share this slide with you so you can have a look that also we have a lot of positions coming up. So this is regulatory affair activities in UAE. So how to start, or what is the positions of regulatory affairs? Positive and negative. So the positive, we enhance regulation, public awareness. It has a challenge. You feel that you have something to do and go forward. It's similar to sales, but still you have a target, you have a timeline, you have a lot of travels. You need to inspect and see manufacturers, places, high salaries. I know a very nice fresh graduate student who studied pharmacy to travel, and I was very, I was laughing like because of travel. So a travel, sometimes it's a key point for people who like travel. Higher salary, of course, flexibility in timing, of course. The negative, we are more stressed, restrict timeline, and changing legislation every day. So sometimes you sleep on one legislation and in the morning you have another one. It's like politics. More qualified are more always responsibility to manage. This is the regulatory affair positions in UAE and worldwide. Some organizations with a small department do not go with that. So you can find that they have a manager, but they don't have a specialist. So it depends on the hierarchy of that. So they start with regulatory affair associate, and then specialist, regulatory affair director, manager, and then director. The difference between them, the associate is very fresh graduate. They don't have knowledge. They only understand chemistry and medicine. The specialists, they have a knowledge and they understand what is regulatory affair. They know about the rules and regulation, but they have no experience. Managers, they have a skills, experience, technical, they know the technical part of regulatory affair. The director, they have been doing technicals, but they are projecting more into management and doing exclusivity of project managing team, timelines, and strategy thinking. Before going back before going to pharmacovigilance, do you want to ask, or shall I keep them till the end? Let me keep them to the end so people who want to leave can leave, as we are running out of time. Pharmacovigilance. Pharmacovigilance is the science and activity relating to detection, assessment, understanding, and prevention of the adverse effect of any other possible drug-related problems. The importance of pharmacovigilance is very crucial, actually, because you will do, if there is any adverse effect, the reporting to the Ministry of Health, and from there you can see that the PV is a part of the regulatory department. It's implemented in the region for pharmaceutical product, and now they are working on to implement it under medical devices as well. So again, a stream of career coming up to have a pharmacovigilance not only for pharmaceutics but also for medical devices. By the way, when we say medical devices, it's not only the diabetes BP machines, it's an injections, masks, fillers, Botox, not Botox, Botox is pharmaceutics, hub machines, laser machines, LPG, slimming machines, they are all under medical device and Ministry of Health. Lenses is a medical device, by the way. Contact lenses, colored lenses, they all need people to regulate and do PV. We have two courses with Dubai Pharmacy College. One is the GCC Regulatory Affairs Certification, and one is the Pharmacovigilance GCC certificate certification. The GCC Regulatory Affair, it will give you an exposure for all the guidelines. So if you got this certificate, you will not start as associate, but you will start directly as a specialist. You will know what's the regulation. If you go to the interview, you will understand what to answer. If he gives you a name of a document, you will be knowing what is it. The course details will be sent upon your request if you want. Also, the speakers will be from the authorities, from the market. So also you will have an exposed to director and manager of regulatory in companies where you can speak to them and get an intern opportunity. We also give a letter for you from the college saying, please, you have to do an intern for at least 2 months you can submit it to the colleges, to the companies and manufacturers to have an intern, as we discussed earlier in this presentation. The pharmacovigilance certification is really one of the unique certification in the country. With this certification, you can submit your documents to Ministry of Health and be accredited pharmacovigilance officer with a company in UAE, of course. For people who outside the region and would like to know more about the pharmacovigilance GCC, they can attend and be certified. So it will help you also to find a job, because people in the market or companies in the market, they will be searching for a person who did a training in pharmacovigilance and have a certificate. Actually, I cannot say a person, for a pharmacist with a PV certification that will be eligible to get MOH or Ministry of Health approval to have a PV system in-house. The good news about this time, it will be virtual. That's why the prices are much lower than before. And it will be only on Fridays, morning Fridays. So the rest of the day, you will be with your families. This is also another opportunity. Please attend the Pharmacy Career Conference, Pharma Career Conference. It will be on 5th of October. For more information, you can visit the website and register yourself. As always, please remember that the expert at any time was once a beginner. So please start now, and I'm happy to help with anything, question and answer. Let me go back to your question and answer. MashaAllah. You want me to start? Let me start from the beginning. What about track certificate? Is it added value? Abdullah Faider, yes, actually Abdullah has left, but let me tell you, RAC certificate, of course, it's added value. All the knowledge, I cannot say that any certificate will not be added value. But RAC certificate do not have a Gulf countries regulation. And RAC certificate, I believe it's more for people who is working with international companies who have an office in Europe or US, or for people who want to work there. Chibo, hi, could you please give me the below 3 inquiry, how to apply for a job on pharmacovigilance organization from India? From India, it's quite difficult, Chibo. People in town is having a challenge to meet people and get them. So from India, it's quite challenging. Although it would be great if you get the union site or portal where. I want also to highlight, guys, that you have to have a LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn profile, it's the most popular platform, LinkedIn, in UAE for recruiters to find people to work. So please, if you don't have today a LinkedIn profile, do a LinkedIn profile and add me and follow our PRA. I think you will be having a more exposure, Shibu. Could you please let me know how to do an export process from India? Maybe you can send us an email. We can get back to you with more details, Shibu. Samer, Abdullah, I have shared my email in the chat box. May shared it actually. Sana, I mean the third point in the slide, medical science profession as a position. Medical science profession means when you are into RDA, you are into the leaflet, you have to prove what the medicine is claiming. Samer, is there any material ebook website for RA? Are they beneficial? Unfortunately, we have only the authorities website where you can see the guidelines. With our regulatory affair course, you will receive a handbook that have all the regulation in the area as well. It will be a good reference for people who are starting a job. Haya, training in Dubai will allow for HAD exam. Yes, you can. Asma, sorry. Asma, Can I get intern opportunity in pharmacovigilance in Dubai? Can you guide me? Send us your CV. Send me any email. Janet, good afternoon, ma'am. I would like to know the requirements for regulatory affair job. I have already discussed this. Hala, I graduated 2007. Is it okay to do an intern now? Yes, of course, Hala. We have some interns who has graduated 2003, 2006 as well. So intern means you don't know about the thing and you want to learn. It's a training. So it doesn't matter when have you graduate or how old are you. Sana, can undergraduate train in a pharmacy in this pandemic? Yes, dear, you can. Wissam, I have experience as a regulatory affair in Egypt, drug authority, but I have a gap experience. I did not work as a regulatory in Dubai. So I am rejected here. I need your advice. Wissam, I guess you need to refresh your knowledge in regulatory, and please follow recruiters on the LinkedIn. They will, some people will look into having someone with your experience in Egypt as well. Zaha has left. Sana, training now is a delay in UAE. How much is going to affect us? Training now is a delay? It's never a delay, it's a positive. Samar, I graduated from Syria, just for information. Thank you, Samar. Sarah, what is your email ID? May has mentioned it in the chat box. Thank you, May. Munaza, can you request the internship going directly to the scientific office and giving them the CVs? Actually, if you go to the scientific office, Munaza, you will only meet the receptionist. So it's better than to give her your CV. Ask her for the HR contact, and she will give you a contact, or she will ask you to meet her. And then on the HR, you will tell the HR that you are looking for an intern job. Companies find them accessible. It's not accessible, especially now with COVID, many people are working at home. Narges, I'm Syrian, graduated this semester as PharmD from Cyprus, mashallah. Actually, I would like to find work here for many reasons, and I'm really confused. Narges, do you want to tell us more? Anyone would like to unmute his mic and tell us more? We can help. Anyone would like to unmute? I can see there is a lot of raised hands. I have been talking a lot. I think someone has to talk, guys. Come on. No? أريج أنا تخرجت من كلية دبي للصيدلة واشتغلت سنة كاملة. So she was graduated from Dubai Pharmacy College. She worked in a pharmacy. I think Arish is a bit, if you want to work with a different, then you have to have a certificate or training. Have a look more, do a research on regulatory and PV, and then you decide how do you want to go with PV or regulatory. I will ask my team to keep a note. Maybe we can have a webinar. What's the difference between regulatory affair and pharmacovigilance only for people who want to start the job. And I will get you an expert from PV, and myself as a regulatory expert. We will be speaking, and then you can choose better which one you want to go with. Anyone who wants to talk? Rawa? Ru'a? Yes, Hiba. Hiba? Hiba Badawi? We cannot hear you, Hiba. No, Hiba. طيب. Shibu. Anyone would like to talk? How do, Lara, how do I get into RA? Do I need a special certificates? Well, Lara, we have a few options. Either you know someone who gets you into and take learn you and take the ownership how to do it, or you will have a certificate and find an intern and then a job, or you will find you will do a certification and know how directly to find a job. It's at the end of the day, it's luck, and from God, it's from rizq al-akhir. حدا بده يحكي يا صبايا يا شباب. Sarah, hello, please, is there any specialty that linking pharmacy and nutrition? I'm not aware, sorry, but maybe you can ask someone from the college might help you. Mariam Al-Afandi, صح. I am in Qatar and don't know where to start. Mariam, are you, do you want to tell us more? I can help you, but I need to know more about you. Give me a case. يعني Mariam, are you graduated from Qatar? Since how long you are in Qatar? What are you doing now? Please, anyone would like to come online? I can see hands up. Unmute yourself, please. Let me see if someone will. Hello, I have missed the winner. Was it recorded? I don't know if it will be recorded. My team will get back to you on this. Hello, guys. No one wants to go online? I have a lot of questions, mashallah. Okay. Anyone could unmute himself. Can you please verbally tell us your email? Yes, m.almosli, ALMOUSSLI at pra-me.com. I'll try to write it as a message for you as well. Send to all. Okay. Iman, what do you mean medical science? Yes, we already discussed that. Marwa, I'm studying health informatics. I like that. Where are you studying it, Marwa? Can you tell us? Do you know the place where I can start finding a job? I need to know more about it. I might get you an intern opportunity. Please advise to find a job. Hello, we are here to advise you, dear. Muhammad, I would like that I can, your company help me to find a, but this is why we are here on online, to help you how to research for a job. It is true that if I don't use my B Pharm bachelor in 5 years, yes, true. It is true. If you don't use your license, not your bachelor, it will be cancelled. Zaina has left. What are the RAC certificate? It's regulatory affairs certification from Europe. Busaina, how can I get an intern in PV or RA? Again, you need to find someone that you know, your certification, a word of mouth. Yani. Marwa, do you know a company that provides patient support program where I can join? Send me an email, Marwa. I can help you, but I need to know exactly what you are looking for. Is there any PV master in UAE in colleges? No, dear. There is not yet a master degree for regulatory or PV in UAE. Amani, can you send us the recorded webinar? I'll try, Amani. Please, I have a question. Yes, Ima. Anyone wants to go online? Guys? No? Lena, she is still a student and she is looking to do a regulatory. Good luck, but there is a lot, as we say, career opportunity. Inam, I'm Algerian pharmacist. I work in the pharmacy industry 18 years, mashallah. What should I do to work as a pharma industry in UAE? Send me an email, Ima. I need your CV. I might help. Ahmad, doctor, can you tell us what is the difference between HAD, MOH, and I give any one of them will be enough? Yes. So we have the Ministry of Health, Ahmed, that will give you an authority or a license certificate to work as a pharmacist in UAE. That will apply for all UAE except Dubai and Abu Dhabi. So if you want to work in Dubai, you have to get the license from the DHA department. And if you want to work in in Abu Dhabi, you have to get the HAD, Health Authority of Abu Dhabi Department licensing. But if you have the MOH and you work with it in a 6-month time, you can convert it to DHA or HAD, and vice versa. If you had HAD, then you can convert it to the DHA or MOH. So it depends. Where are you staying? What do you want to work and where? Iman, I passed HAD exam, bravo. But I have not worked in UAE yet. Do you have any? I have to care about CME? When did you pass? You have 1 year only, Iman, and then you will use their certification, by the way. And yes, you need CME to renew it. Sidra, I have 3 years experience of regulatory affairs. Then what would the best degree to help me in the field? I think it's good to have more into regulatory affairs. So if you want something in UAE, you need to go with ECTD certification, pharmacovigilance certification, regulatory intelligence, these things. If you are looking to do a master, then you have to go outside UAE. Marwa, can you write your email? I did. Let me write it to you only again. pra-me.com. I feel you will have a lot of emails for me in the inbox. Good morning, please. I have a question. Please, Inam. Inam, can you come online? I can see that you are very active and you have a lot of questions. Inam? Inam? Can you come online, Inam? Iman is asking, suppositories and pastries are also considered as a medical device? No, dear. They are a medicine or a GSL product, general sale, yani something like supplements. It depends on the formula. Hiba, the courses are certified from Dubai Pharmacy College. Yes, dear. And I was surprised that people are using this certification for immigration as well as a pharmacist. So can use it to work in a different country, as Dubai Pharmacy College is one of the leading pharmacy college worldwide. Batul, there is one point that I did not get about getting the license from the country of graduation. I'm Bahraini graduate from Jordan. Bahrainian graduated from Jordan. Should I get the license from Jordan? As you are a Bahrainian, if you want to work in Dubai, for example, yes, you need your graduated license from Jordan. But if you are working in Bahrain, it's your local country, you don't need it. Batul. Busaina, I think in 1937 we discussed this. Rahaf, you have trained after graduation. I did not get you, Rahaf. Amani and the presentation. I'll ask them to send you the presentation. Ghada, it was nice to see you. Thank you, my pleasure, Ghada. Haya, where I can check the chat. I cannot. I will write my email again to you. It's in your bar or dashboard. You can see a chat there. Anyway, I have sent you my email. Mirna has left. Malaka, how to register. Send us an email. Patricia, can I take a virtual PV? Yes, dear, you can. Patricia, this time it's virtual because of COVID, so it's a good opportunity. I don't know if next time it will be virtual or no. Hala, can I do PV course without doing RA? If you know about RA, yes, you can directly do that. And if you are willing to work as a PV, of course, don't waste your time and get RA. Sana, how or or to where can I apply GSP license? I did not get your question. Guys, no one wants to speak. I want to listen to you. Inam, thank you very much for the great presentation. I'm Algerian. Yes, Inam, I want you to come online with us. I would like to move to UAE. Please, Inam. Sally has left, but she said, can I as a student to LinkedIn? Yes, you can. You will be more, your profile will be more rich if you started having your LinkedIn profile when you are a student. Ghaida, how to search for a pharmacy job position? We already discussed that. Send us the fee if you have also experience. Dalia, I'm a pharmacist and I have 4 years experience as a store manager. MashaAllah, I left the job now and looking for a RAPV. I cannot find your email. Again, I don't know, guys, why you are not finding the chat box. Anyway, I will ask my team to send you a presentation, my email, and to follow us as a PRA. And maybe I'll send you the details of formal licensing, inshallah. Aya, I'm fresh graduate. I keep applying for internship on LinkedIn and Indeed, but all companies are requesting experience. Well, internship do not need any experience. This is a conflict. If you are applying for a job, of course they will ask for a experience, but if you are applying for an internship, they should not ask for an experience. I think you are applying in a wrong way. Yani you are applying for a jobs. Can I get some advice? Busaina, Dr. Mona, please tell me, I am taking RA course now, okay, and inshallah I will attend your PV course, okay, consultancy. How can I get used to this in my work? Now I am a pharmacist in charge in a drugstore in Sharjah. Busaina, I did not get your question. Can you come online? Busaina, yalla. Come online and tell me more. I'll help you. Iman.
Yes, hi دكتورة منى.
أهلا وأخيرا
أهلا، كيف حالك دكتورة؟ ما أنا عم بحاول أعمل أنميوت ما عم. الله يسعدك
جريب
يا
ما
رب.
بعرف ليش معلق اليوم. يس حبيبتي.
يعني أنا فارماسيست انتشارج بمستودع بالشارقة، حابة صراحة يعني أطور وظيفتي أكثر، فعرفت عن الريجولاتوري أفيرز. هلا أنا عم باخذ كورس، أوكي، وإن شاء الله بس أخلص رح أبدأ معكم البي في كورس اللي رح يكون عن طريق البي ار اي كونسلتنسي. فبس بدي أعرف يعني كيف ممكن أستفيد هذا الشيء بشغلي، يعني لأنه ما عندي أبدا خبرة بالموضوع يعني.
هلا كريجولاتوري كورس انت بشغلك اللي بيقولوا لك اياه بالريجولاتوري كورس تقدري تشوفيه على الشلف، يعني لما بيقول لك اتس برايس ريجوليتد، لما بيقول لك الليبلينج لازم يكون هيك وهيك، فانت عم تعملي تثبيت للمعلومه اللي انت عم تاخذيها للسي.
صح. بس مثلا كتسجيل انا ما بعمل هذا الشيء ابدا.
يس كتسجيل ادويه يو كانت، بس انت الصيدليه اللي عندكم يعني عندهم مثلا ميديكال ستور بيعملوا تسجيل او لا؟
في عندهم عن طريق جولفار بيعملوا لهم تسجيل للادويه.
اوكي، فانت ممكن تساليهم تقولي لهم انه انا عم باخذ ريجولاتوري كورس، حابه اعرف اكثر عن الموضوع. will they help you؟
تمام ان شاء الله. طيب وهلا
يعني
بالنسبه
يعطوكي كورس to understand how is it going، وبعدين اعملي لينكد ان بليز بروفايل. اتس فيري امبورتنت، لانه كل الريكروترز تبع الريجولاتوري افير والبي في احيانا مو من البلد، بيكونوا من اليو كي، ف they don't access any other Indeed Dubai to they go directly to LinkedIn and talk to people.
اوكي. هلا طيب دكتوره، مثلا هاد يعني الريجولاتوري افيرز او الفارماكوفيجيلانس، يعني فيك تشتغليهم مع اي حد من برا مثلا، يعني من البيت او شيء، ولا لازم تكون يعني بشركه بدبي؟
هلا هي سيناريوز مختلفه. هلا الفارماكوفيجيلانس ما فيك تشتغلي من مكان ثاني unless انت مانجيريال بوزيشن او دايركتور، يعني بتشتغلي انت رئيسه على كذا شخص. هذا كل شخص موجود he is somewhere in a different country ممكن. بس البي في عاده it's a report so you have to be in the same يعني place. ممكن يقولوا لك stay at home, work from home, especially now after COVID. Many people are hiring people from home only. Regulatory affairs same thing, but it depends on the culture of the company and their policies. فأنا I cannot say yes you can or you cannot, it depends.
اوكي طيب هلا دكتورة طولت عليكي، بس سؤال بالنسبة للبي في ان شاء الله هلا بيفيدني انا صح؟ يعني ما بعرف، بس يعني كيف ممكن يفيدني بشغلي انا؟
انت
لاني انا
شو
سمعت
بدك تضلي بالصيدليه؟
لا بدي اطلع ما بدي اضل بالصيدليه، بدي شيء ثاني، بس انه قصدي هلا انا ما بعرف، بس سمعت انه اي شركه مثلا رح تعمل رينيوال لادويه او شيء لازم تكون عامله مقدمه فارماكوفيجيلانس ريبورتس وهيك.
صحيح. هلا انا قلت لكم بالبرزنتيشن طلع قرار جديد انه كل شركه لازم يكون عندها ساينتفك اوفيس، وكل ساينتفك اوفيس لازم يكون عنده فارماكوفيجيلانس.
اوكي ان شاء الله. شكرا دكتوره، شكرا لك.
والسيرتيفيكيت هي تبع دبي فارماسي كولج از جود لانه هي بتساعدك. الي شو
ان شاء الله. شكرا.
شو اسمه، هي هلا بتساعدك يعني انك انت تكوني لايسنس. يعني الشركه لما بتدور انت جاهزه بالنسبه لهم انك تروحي تعملي الانترفيو بالوزاره وياخذوا ترخيص البي في على اسمك اذا انت سيرتيفيكيت، عرفتي؟ غير اذا انت بس صيدلانيه وهن بدهم ياخذوكي لسه يعملوا لك تريننج وتكوني سيرتيفايد، عرفتي؟ الو I think it was cut off. مين كمان؟ حدا بده يطلع كمان؟ Thank you Hussein. I have helped يعني. Iman, kindly clarify if the GCCR course will help to work outside UAE. Of course, Iman, I was saying earlier, I was pleased to know that the certificates was used also for immigration file. So as a pharmacist, if you are immigrating to any country, they will ask you to do the Ministry of Health licensing exam. But if you have a certificate in regulation, you don't need the licensing exam and you got job easier as well. Nadine, where I can find the chat box. Again, Nadine, if you are asking for the email, I'm writing it now to you. Hello, please, I want to know if there is a specialty that can link pharmacy and nutrition. I told you, please check with your college team, at the college professor, sorry. It could be help working in Egypt in the market as a RA. Yes, of course, Iman. Some people are trying to find regulatory with Egypt expertise. Sarah, where is the shared box? There is no shared box. It's a chat box. Chat box, guys. ما بعرف ليش ما عم تلاقوه. I will type there as well. On your chat board, on your dashboard بتلاقيها. Dalia, again, can you please speak about it? I did. Marwa, are just starting our out in the health informatics. Yes, we talk. I think some questions are repeated. I need your email address, Sama. I already sent it to you, Asma. I'll ask them to send you my email. Iman, I would like to ask about the cost of pharmacovigilance. Iman, send us email and my team will get back to you. Inam, yes, I would love to. Inam, please come online. I know you have a lot of experience. I mute everyone, unmute to every attendance, and let's see if Inam will get it unmuted. Inam, I think you have to unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, I am Iman.
أهلا يا إيمان. هلا.
أهلا فيكي. بجد أنا بشكرك جدا على الويبينار دوت يعني very informative.
I hope you like it يعني. Thank you.
لا شكرا جدا. أنا صيدلانية ومتخرجة من 2010 واشتغلت في الرقابة الدوائية في مصر في التسجيل around 6-7 سنين، وحاليا أنا regulatory في قطر. فانا يعني mainly زي ما حضرتك قلتي ان الريجولاتوري شويه ما فيهوش education من مده طويله، يعني كان بيعتمد على البوست جراديويتد اكسبيرينس سواء كان في الشغل في الحكومه او يعني ريسنتلي ابتدى يبقى فيه كورسات او ابتدى يبقى فيه نوليدج عن الاديوكيشن للريجولاتوري افيرز.
صحيح.
فأنا actually يعني I have experience but I feel like I need to more educated to be more educated, especially working in GCC countries or some of them not be in direct contact with the technical team who prepare the dossiers for registration. So you will be like making a review for document will send directly to your office, and then you will submit this document to the authority, and you will following up with the authority for up to date and what else to be know about the technical points or technical department how this document is prepared or how to following it, or if I received a comment from the authority for some point I need to know from where I can get them point, because some countries or some companies will send wrong requirement. It's wrong.
طب I have a question. Are you working with a local company or international company?
No, until now local.
Yeah. This local company has a distribution in other GCC countries?
I don't think so.
Okay. I'm very happy to hear from you because this is one of the cases that people ask me about. If you want to learn more because you love learning, يعني أنت شخص بتحبي education, you love education. So you want to learn more and you want to be more professional, you want to have more knowledge, I understand that. But sometimes having a knowledge in something that is not really mature yet is not a good option. يعني مثلا, if you will tell me that I want to go with regulatory affair Europe or US and you are in Qatar and not an international company, then it doesn't make sense for me. But if you are willing to go to work in an international company, yes.
For sure I will. For sure I will.
So I would suggest, Iman, to get more exposed to GCC since you are in one of the GCC countries. Get the regulatory affair course of the GCC country, have knowledge on the GCC country, and then help, because you already have a knowledge, you already have an experience in regulatory, but you need, as you said, the technical part or different ways, and then upgrade and skill your your skills, upgrade them with a different criteria rather than regulatory. يعني مثلا strategy, project management, time assurance or saving time. يعني it's not about إذا أنا بالريجولاتوري لازم أدرس كل شيء ريجولاتوري. It's not about إذا أنا بريجولاتوري معناتها لازم خلص على كل شيء certificates بالماركت. It's upon أنا where I'm going. إذا أنت بدك تروحي لانترناشونال كومباني أول شيء you have to have GCC knowledge لأنه الانترناشونال كومباني ما بتشغل حدا بس لقطر.
Yes.
صح؟
Yes, exactly.
You have to have the knowledge for the GCC لأنه international company will not hire someone only for Qatar. They need to have at least GCC or MENA region. But GCC is a good part to start with. And after that, don't waste your time in getting certificates more in regulatory. يعني don't take the European and the US because you might get the US and you might get an opportunity with European company. You might get the European and you get an opportunity of a job in US company. So my advice to you, do the GCC, be labeled as a GCC expert rather than Qatar expert. يعني حتى باللينكدين تبعك you have to write I have the knowledge of GCC. بعدين when you find a job in one of the international company according to their country of origin you will go with a different platform. يعني إذا قالوا لك أنا we are European and then you will get something related to European regulation. If they are African, you will go with something related to African registration. You got my point?
Yeah, I got it. What about?
And by the time this happens, don't do another regulatory after the GCC. Do something specific technical. يعني مثلا إذا لقيتي حدا عم يعمل ECTD، إذا لقيتي حدا عم يعمل time management، strategy thinking لأنه at the end of the day you want to be a manager or a director of regulatory صح؟
Yeah.
So this will help you. But if you scattered everything now and get the European مثلا guidelines, by the time
No,
you get involved with the European يعني regulation will be changed أساسا.
لا، ما انا مع حضرتك في النقطه دي ان اليوروبيان او اليو اس ما دامت هي مش السكوب بتاع الشغل بتاعي هيبقى صعب لان هم completely different and completely more restricted. Yes, وهم more restricted. فانا كنت mainly focus على الجي سي سي or المينا countries على اساس ان انا already Egyptian. فانا طيب عند حضرتك تعرفي في المينا countries في كورسات للريجولاتوري لان المعلومه دي بصراحه مش عندي.
والله لهلا انا ما شفت يعني نحن اول كورس بيعمل جي سي سي سيرتيفيكيشن.
Yeah, I know this.
فما لقيتها. هلا we are working on Egypt course ان شاء الله حيكون على اخر السنه يعني بعد يعني على اول السنه الجايه وان شاء الله حنطرح برضه different area يعني ليفانت تركي it will be there in our pipeline بس still ما بعرف الديتس ما بعرف امتى حيكون but we are working on it.
اوكي الجي سي سي كورس هيبقى كفرنج للبي في ولا ده كورس لوحده ده كورس لوحده؟
هلا في بالريجولاتوري افير كورس there is a module called PV بيعطيكي الاساسيات بس
تمام.
اذا انت بقطر ايمان هلا for me it's a business I will give you I will tell you go for both.
Yes, there is no PV now.
لا بس ال PV it's not only there is no PV ال PV certification of the GCC summit that PRA is doing that we are doing is especially for people who's working in UAE because it's accredited by Ministry of Health.
Okay, so
فأنت إذا أخذتيها يعني if you take it and you are living in Qatar you don't have PV and you will not be working in UAE so it doesn't make sense for me. حرام.
فهمت.
Don't do
تمام.
it.
Yes, because it's
don't do
I
it.
need a
But the
certificate
regulatory course exactly.
Yeah.
But the regulatory course there is a module that Dr. Katia from Ministry of Health will be covering. It's about PV. You will understand what's PV.
Yes, I'm understanding this point, and I think also it's the same because during the discussion, someone asking for Dr. Amr Saad course in Egypt, so it will be the same. I think
Yes.
it is approved for Egypt only to have a certificate to be QBBV from the authority in Egypt, not worldwide.
صح. So if you are working in Egypt, go with Dr. Amr Saad presentation. If you are working in UAE, join us. If you are working in Lebanon, then you have someone doing PV certification in Lebanon. Don't scatter your knowledge. يعني it's not about how many certificates I have. It's about how I am going to reach my goal or target. صح؟
تمام صح. اخر سؤال معلش لو حضرتك الاي سي تي دي سيرتيفيكت لو حضرتك عندك معلومه بيكون حد بيعمل اي سي تي دي سيرتيفيكت او كورس معين للاي سي تي دي بلان.
احنا كنا بنعمل مع اكستيدو بصراحه بس على الاكاديميك هلا تبع الكوفيد وي ستوب ذس يير فان شاء الله على السنه الجايه وي هاف اند كيب اون تراك باللينكد ان اذا انت عندك لينكد ان في احيانا شركات من جوردن بتجي بتعمل بدبي في شركات من جوردن بتجي بتعمل بقطر. I think it's good. They started the ECTD. Well, it will be started in September.
No, started. It's already started. That's why I'm asking regarding it.
I think برضه صح؟
I don't know if, the program, the software program for the authority, but for companies, most companies from Jordan, I think with Lawrence software.
Okay. In Jordan, they have both. They have Lawrence and Extedo.
My knowledge only for Lawrence until now.
Both of them are okay. Okay. Thank you, Iman. I hope that I answered anything else.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
My pleasure.
Good morning.
Anyone else want to come online? Ahlan, good morning.
Good morning. Hello, how are you?
Yes,
thank you, doctor, for your wonderful presentation. I didn't attend it from the beginning, but I enjoyed the answers to the questions. And I have a few questions for myself.
Please.
Well, I am an Algerian pharmacist. I have a humble experience.
Sorry, but can you introduce yourself? What's your good name?
Yeah, exactly. Well, my name is Inam Khairat.
Okay.
And I am I'm an Algerian pharmacist. I have the diploma of doctor in pharmacy, 6 years of study, and then I went to pharmaceutical industry. I worked for 12 months as a production officer. Then I moved to manager of development with the medical devices company. And we have the COVID-19 crisis, and I am stopped working, and now I'm focused on line. And then I got interested in UAE. I thought I might move there, so I'm asking about the procedure and how to do that.
Interesting. So now you would like to relocate to Gulf countries?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so our certificate will give you an exposure. Since you have knowledge on regulatory affairs in your country, I think having the certification of GCC will be okay with you, and it will be easier than others because you know what is the system. So having that, I think you will be easily finding a job with this experience, mashallah. And some of our international companies in UAE is trying to find people who's having the Moroccan or North Africa North African countries regulation expertise. So I think you will be finding a quick job after the course.
Okay, so I have like a few other questions. After like following the course, how much is gonna take? How much is gonna take time to finish the course?
It's 3 months every Friday morning.
Okay, that's great. After like finishing the course, where should I apply? In Dubai or in Abu Dhabi? Because I've heard that there are different regulations for pharmacists to work there. Each province has its own regulation.
For regulatory affair, it's a federal. All UAE with the same regulation under Ministry of Health. It doesn't have. But if you want to work in a hospital pharmacy, it's different.
No, I'm not interested in hospital pharmacy. I want to work in industry. I don't like pharmacy in hospital.
In the industry, if you have a LinkedIn account,
I do have.
I think you can write there that you are interested in the GCC area, and you can apply for a jobs in Dubai, Saudi, Qatar, Bahrain, and Kuwait after taking the course.
I've heard excuse me. I've heard that in Qatar there are no pharmaceutical industries. That's why I like deleted the country from my interest of interested countries, because I've heard that they have industries.
They have initiatives for doing manufacturing. If you are looking to work as a manufacturer, plus we have a lot of foreign companies where you can work with them as a regulatory expert. So it's not only manufacturer.
That's great. That's great. That's great.
So
okay,
I have an opportunity.
Yeah, I have another question. Do all jobs need like certification as AR? Well, for example, I might be interested in regulatory affairs, but I'm interested also in how we say manufacturing, like process, to do the supervision of production operation and that kind of stuff. Do I need like a certification to do that kind of job?
No, only the licensed pharmacist is required only to get a license of manufacturer or a scientific office or a PV specialist. Rather than that, as an RA with all positions that we have mentioned earlier, no need to be certified.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, I have like another question. It might like be repeated. I don't know if you've already answered on that. In order to work in UAE, I have to pass an exam, a special exam.
Only if you are going to work as a hospital or community pharmacist, or again, you want to open a drugstore under your name. But for regulatory affairs, you don't need that.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So can you like provide me with information how to subscribe for your course, because I didn't attend in the beginning of the webinar. I was like a bit busy.
I think
so I'm sorry
if you will send me an email, and I will ask my team to send you the details.
Thank you very much, doctor. It was wonderful. I hope to join you there. Thank you.
See you soon. Bye. Yes, anyone else? I think we have a lot of I will not be able to go with all this, but anyone who have really a question can send me an email. It will be easier. I will have another 2 calls, and that's it for today. It's already 1 hour and a half past. Dalia said, please unmute. I have unmuted everyone. Dalia, please come online if you want. So what are good question, what are the average of the salaries? Regulatory affairs training and interns, sometimes they don't have salaries. But people with experience, they start from 5, 8, 10, and then when you go to managerial position, it will be 15, 20, 25. Directors for, let's say, Middle East and MENA region, they go up to 45 and 50,000 dirhams. Yes, I heard that someone's mic was on. I have unmute all attendees. Someone is online, would like to talk. I'll have another 1 or 2 calls, and that's it. Someone has left already. Iman cannot unmute. Marwa. Hello, everyone. Khalas? I think we are done for today. If no one wants to go online. Suraya, last question. If you are graduated from UAE with a license and want to study abroad do you have to take an additional exam? No, if you are going to study abroad, it depends on the college that you are going. They will be having a special requirements. Sometimes IELTS, sometimes new exams, and sometimes special GPA marks. I would like to thank you all for attending today, as we have reached to the end. Please follow up on our social media, PRA Consultancy, and you can follow up us on LinkedIn, and all live sessions will be announced there from my account. Please let me know if you have any questions, send me an email. If I did not assist you, I will send your email or direct you to someone who help and assist. Have a nice day in advance, and nice having you all today. Bye. See you.